ago, the guy was smoking a cigarette before we were off the bank. Threw the cigarette in the grass. Actually, Koda found the cigarette butt. We were able to match his DNA and link him to the robbery. Okay, so they find things with fresh human odor. And, you know, part of the training, there can be like trash out here. If there's a pop bottle somebody threw out here a week ago, he's not going to find that because it doesn't have the odor. Okay, so they don't just find anything laying out in the grass. They find things that fresh human odor. And people ask how you train a dog to do that. Well, it's real simple. Again, take something like my keys, get them all stinked up with my odor on it, okay, and lead him to it. Yep. Okay, you lead them to the article, tell them to sit down, and they get their toy. All these things we do with the dogs is basically a big game of hide and seek. Okay, they know they're looking for something. Once they find something, they get their toy. Okay, so it's just all fun. Part of keeping it fun for the dogs is you gotta have high energy. Okay, we baby talk them a lot, so we sound like big dorks when we have the dogs out. But you know, we gotta keep it fun for the dogs. So, you know, if we sound, you know, hear us talking high-pitched voices and baby talk, you can laugh at us. We're used to it by now. We gotta keep it fun for the dogs. So what we'll do here first is with Koda, I'm gonna take him off his leash for this. You'll notice as soon as I tell him to work, he gets tunnel vision. Okay, he won't pay any attention to any of you. He's gonna work until he finds something. Because if he finds something, what's he get? He gets that ball back. And that's what he wants. Okay. So he'll do whatever he's got to do to get that ball back. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to take his ball from him, okay, and I'm going to tell him to search. When I tell him to search, you watch him put his nose to the ground, he'll start sniffing until he finds something. When he finds something, he'll sit down, go to here. When he sits down, he gets his toy back. Here, buddy. Boy, search. Search. He's got his nose down, he starts working. He's looking for anything with human odor on it. Boy, search. Good boy, search, buddy. So what happened is, David came and threw his cell phone out here. Got it all stinky with his hands on it, tossed it. That's the mail. That's an article search. That's all it is. It's a big game of hide and seek. See, he looks stressed out from working, right?
Yeah. He's distressed.
Now, generally they have different toys for different games. So, when he's finding an article, we're trying to find a person, he gets that ball, he wears this harness, okay? These harnesses are important for tracking. We're tracking, trying to find a person. We don't want to have a leash on their neck, okay, because that's restrictive. Because we're tracking a person, sometimes we go long distances. It's not unusual to go maybe a mile or two trying to find somebody. So it's important, we got to keep these guys on a long leash when we do that. So the harness is handy because he doesn't feel pressure on their neck. If they feel pressure on their neck, they think it's a correction. Okay? So that's why with the harness, it's on his back. I can pull as hard as I want. He doesn't think he's being corrected. Okay? The tug on the neck feels like a correction to him. When he does drug work, they get a fire hose or some type of rubber hose like the Camden dogs, and they wear a different collar. Okay? So he knows. He gets it's a big thick collar, says police, and his fire hose. He knows if he sees those two things, he knows it's time to look for drugs. And these dogs, state of Ohio has certification standards for canines. So they're trained to find the 6 major narcotics, which is marijuana, heroin, meth, ecstasy, crack, and cocaine. So they're trained to find all 6. Now dogs can be trained to find anything. I mean, you can train a dog to find number 2 pencils if you wanted to, but in Ohio, those are 6 things we're restricted to finding. And again, just a game of hide and seek. I will show you in a minute with the puppies how we start them off at a young age. It's real easy. You take the odor, and we train with real narcotics, and you have them, you lead them right to it. Okay, when they smell it, you have them sit down, give them a toy. Again, just making a fun game for them. So, get ready to do bite routine yet? Any questions about Koda before I put him away? Next, we'll get Canine Britta from Camden PD and do a bite routine. With the bite routine,
Are you gonna watch him bite?
you know, it's important nobody like takes off running or major sudden movements, okay? Because the dogs get keyed in to look for a threat.
In real life, only on the TV.
Somebody running towards, in this case, towards our dad, Chief Mike's cell, or away, is a threat, okay? So do the bite routine. It's important everybody kind of stays still. Nobody takes off running or anything, all right? But you know, ideally, the biggest thing we train on is obedience. So even if these dogs, even if somebody does take off, that's important. And actually, we train on this, that they do what's called a recall. So like Koda, we're tearing off after somebody. If I tell him no, time to come back to me, he comes back to me. Okay? So in theory, it shouldn't matter. We don't want to put it to the test though, right? Just go ahead, buddy.